Or Shotzzy.
so special that
I'm
it's
in Ant's crib right now, chat. You little fan? Like I've been at Ant's crib for the last like 3 days.
Breaking, like,
I'm at Ant's crib, but then I'm going to my house. I'm getting my house sorted out right now. So till my house gets sorted out, I've been here for like a couple of days.
Ever, and truly a genuine prodigy, an actual phenom.
It feels like he cannot miss. He cannot miss. He cannot.
What happens is so good, he breaks the game in the process. That player is Shotzzy, a two-time Call of Duty World Champion and one of the greatest players in history.
Shotzzy is the most impactful player on the map.
But what if I told you all this success nearly never happens because Shotzi's professional career started in Halo? So how did he switch games and change the Call of Duty landscape forever?
Holy shit.
For this, we need to go back to April 2018
What a moment.
when Shotzzy won the Halo World Championship at just 16 years of age. This win was followed up with a second victory.
That's what he looks like?
GS New Orleans,
That's what he looks like?
and the stage was set.
Why is he
for
wearing
Shotzzy to
those
become
tight-ass
a
jeans, bro? Why does Ant think he's got?
future all-time great in the esports. But this success would not last forever, because it was soon announced that HCS would no longer be supporting tournaments for Halo events until the release of Infinite. After a disappointing 4th place finish at HCS Worlds, Shotzzy had a tough decision to make: continue playing Halo professionally and earn less money, or take his undeniable talent to a different esport. In the end, Shotzzy would soon find the perfect game to get his career back on track. Shotzzy had now turned his focus towards pro Call of Duty.
Why was these
but due
jeans
to
so
age
tight, chat?
restrictions, he would have to wait almost a year before being eligible for the league. But that did not stop him from proving himself in other ways.
Damn.
Alongside S&D grinder Illy, Shotzzy was able to win a decent amount of online tournaments. This led to the 2019 Amateur Finals, where Shotzzy was finally eligible to compete. This was his opportunity to prove himself to everyone after getting gassed up to high heaven by large swathes of the community. However, Shotzzy didn't have the LAN debut that he was hoping for, as he placed top 48 with a pickup team. And the concerns didn't stop there for Shotzzy, because with the announcement of franchising heading into the new season, his opportunities were very limited indeed.
Yeah, anyways, I basically signed a multi-year with Halo, Splice back in Halo. I was gonna be on the Toronto bench.
He basically gave me the options. He was like, yo, you gotta you're gonna be on the B team, but you're gonna work your way up, essentially, right? And obviously, any opportunity given to me at that point, I was down for whatever.
Of course.
Shotzzy began to lose all hope of starting for a franchise.
B
He
team
would soon get an offer that changed everything.
I know it's a big risk for a team to take a chance on an unproven player like me, but I'm going to show everyone what I'm capable of.
So who took a 100K plus salary cut to make this team happen?
Shotzzy was officially on the Dallas Empire after teammate Hook did
Wait,
everything in his power to make the move happen. Hook, of course, former Halo player himself, knew exactly what talent Shotzzy possessed. Hastro later confirmed that Shotzi's buyout from Splice was indeed hefty, stressing how much faith Hook had in him to succeed. Others, however, were still skeptical of this move.
Will it work? And is it really a good decision for Dallas to make at this point? Is it worth the investment to go with somebody who has played
What the fuck's that? Is that the first take?
And finished top 48?
There was only one way for Shotzzy to silence the doubters, and that was
Is
by
that the first
proving it
take
on
of
the big stage. At the launch weekend in
I was here,
Minnesota,
chat. You know, I was actually
fans
here in
were
the
going to
crowd.
get their first
I was actually here in the
glimpse
crowd,
of
chat. I'm not even
abilities,
trolling.
but his first impression wasn't
I
exactly
played.
a good
This is
one.
my first ever LAN
Across
too.
the two
I was an
series he
amateur
played, Shotzzy dropped a 0.7 KD ratio. His stat line on domination against Huntsman was one to forget, as he could only manage 12 kills and 34 deaths, alongside some of the greatest ever in Clayster and Crimsix.
Maybe the main stage of his first Call of Duty event got to him a little bit.
This led to some rather harsh opinions of him by the community.
And I think Shotzi's a bust. I don't think he's ready for the CDL spotlight yet, and he probably won't be all the way until next year. What we've seen out of this guy, even in the matches versus the average teams, he's not playing that well. This guy is just getting destroyed on the main stage. He had one of the worst maps I've ever seen a player have ever in my entire life in the last 10 years of Call of Duty, going 8-32 in domination or something like that, just getting destroyed.
Unfortunately, this slow start to his COD career would
Oh my god. Oh my god. He just cooked the fuck out. Wait, sorry. I want to hear that again. I don't know why that was so fucking funny. How do I go back, dude? How do I go back? Oh my god. What did I just do? I didn't go back.
continue.
I did it again.
Entire life, he's ready for the
duty event. Got to him a little bit.
This led to some rather harsh opinions of him by the
I
community.
did that again.
I think Shotzy's a bust. I don't think he's ready for the CDL spotlight yet, and he probably won't be all the way until next year. From what we've seen out of this guy, even in the matches versus the average teams, he's not playing that well. This guy is just getting destroyed on the main stage. He had one of the worst matches.
You know what this is good for? It's like who's your source? And he's like the trust me bro. He's the trust me bro source.
Have ever in my entire life in the last 10 years of Call of Duty, going 8-32 in domination or something like that, just getting destroyed.
Unfortunately, this slow start to his COD career would continue at the following event in London.
Shotzzy 15-25 again. Not what you kind of wanted to see, but, you know, a minute and 12 in the hill.
And it was here where Shotzzy would experience one of the toughest moments of his young career.
He ain't going anywhere because he is through to the semi-finals, my friend. What have you got to say to London?
I don't have anything to say. I'm going to be bringing the same, just the same individual skilled player, or just the same thing, or... Yeah. No.
It's all right. What?
Shotzzy got nuked early in the title. Was catching a lot of flack.
We've seen him come into this one as the new guy. He's taken a lot of heat. I mean,
but what did he just
I'll
say?
never forget the crowd in London shouting at him saying, "Go back to Halo." Like literally screaming, "Go back to Halo" to Shotzzy when he wasn't performing. Like
this amount of backlash for any young player could be crushing, but Shotzzy was different from other rookies and had the right mentality to succeed.
You know, obviously it was not a good start, and then like I got a lot of criticism for it, but I kind of just put my head down, work towards that goal, which is like being better individually and better as a teammate.
And eventually, his persistence paid off. At the LA home series, Shotzzy was one of the best performers at the event, helping Empire reach the final.
That's it. Assault is down. And with the defuse for Illy and the smile from Shotzzy.
Shotzzy became a champion in Call of Duty just 2 tournaments into his career.
It felt amazing. You know, I had so much backlash, you know, like I said in the first 2 events. And
bro, what is that
Shotzzy
thing, dude?
You know, kind of like an underdog. You know, I kind of just proved everyone wrong. And
his 1.18 KD in the final, the highest on his team, foreshadowed his role as the future superstar. And things continue to get better for Shotzzy and the Empire. With the switch to online due to the pandemic, Empire were able to win their 2nd home series of the season, taking down FaZe in the final. But this was no regular tournament for Shotzzy, because he had the #1 KD ratio of the entire event, a spectacular feat for an SMG player.
Here we go, Shotzzy.
Oh, look at the time. Look at the time. Look at the time. Shotzy's done it. A 1v3 to keep Dallas in the game.
I know maybe he started a little bit slow
my
this year,
God.
but he's on his way to be one of the best players in the league. The guy's been lights out lately.
From being one of the worst players in the league to now one of the best, this drastic improvement caught many off guard.
He has now turned into one of the top players in the game once he swapped over to Dead Silence from Trophy. His impact on the map cannot be ignored. The man is an absolute monster. Once he got rid of Trophy Smoke and he was thinking too much and having to make objective plays, he is literally like run around and slay.
And he wasn't just done there.
But Shotzzy, how he has improved over the course of the year, and he's going to start it off with 3
God, he
in
just
a
hit
row.
flying everyone.
Gonna take his time, plays it patiently. Hello, Temp says hello. He's gonna pop the smoke. Use the Dead Silence. The finesse challenges back. Is able to win it. Now it's a 1 versus 1.
Shotzzy going for the 1v3. Just has to play his life. Shotzzy makes the play. The trigger discipline.
Tommy, of course, didn't plant the bomb.
At the 2nd London home series, Shotzzy helped his team win again, cementing Empire
Oh my God,
as
he's
arguably
farming the
best
Aussies.
team in the world. After dropping the best KD in the final yet again,
Versus
Shotzzy
Paris.
was
These guys were on
selected to
LA,
Scuff
by the way,
Team of
chat.
Week
I remember
for
that
the
series.
2nd
That was
time.
for gays.
But it wasn't just his in-game ability which saw major improvements over the year.
Shotzzy from the beginning of the year to now is a completely different character. He's like, in Halo, I didn't have to say anything. And it's like, yeah, in this, you have to say everything, you know?
Shotzzy was the complete package, and his hard work was rewarded.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, your 2020
Of course.
Call of Duty League Astro MVP
Wow.
is going
What a
to
turnaround.
Shotzzy.
you know, I had such a rough, you know, launch weekend, and, you know, my teammates after that launch weekend, you know, they knew I could regain and just, you know, come back with fire. And then, you know, that's kind of what I did throughout the season.
Shotzzy, for me, just continues to get better and better and better. And
His progression throughout the year has been
course.
second to none. He started off with a lot of people questioning him, myself included. and he's completely surpassed everybody's expectations.
Hey,
he's been dominating
MC
from there on out.
Point has to make the contest happen. It smokes. It's going to be the MP5s and the A's ringing out, and that could be another big win. Shotzzy, he finds another. He keeps getting these kills. Shotzzy with 3, almost with the knife.
But the job was not done there, because there was still one tournament left which would decide who was the best team in Modern Warfare on the championship weekends. The final event, with 5 rings and $4.6 million.
Fuck, the prize pool was fat.
And if he does win the whole thing, he'll be the only player in competitive, I think in esports history, to win 2 world championships on 2 separate games.
Unsurprisingly, it was the 2 best teams matching up in the winners' final, Atlanta FaZe and Dallas Empire. The series went all the way to a map number 5.
Empire clutching up. Priesta, no dead silence. We'll turn it into a 1 versus 1. Priesta versus our MVP and Shotzzy. Both players take damage. The challenge comes in from Shotzzy, and the regular season MVP gets it done.
Shotzzy's 1 versus 1 helped Empire book their spot in the grand final, and he was just 1 series away from making history.
The FaZe roster and what a big break this could be. And a spot in the corner as well. It's a wild killing spree in for Shotzzy. The finesse up top to the boxes as Shotzzy is just lights out. Look how quickly Empire break in. 12 seconds to go. Seemingly nothing that he can do, and there's the final kill. Dallas Empire get it done. They are your 2020 Call of Duty League champions. Just think about this moment for somebody like Shotzzy. Your first year competing in Call of Duty esports. You're the regular season MVP. You win the entire championship.
Shotzzy had done it. He became the first ever player to win a world championship in both Halo and Call of Duty.
Shotzzy was heralded as a bust. You know, Nameless called him, a disappointment. You know, we were all like, oh, Shotzi's not as good as we were hoping him to be. Now Shotzzy is arguably the best individual player in the world.
Whether it was exploiting the map with nerd spots or jumping on top of doors, Shotzzy made it clear that he was not going to be any ordinary player. And it seemed like the future was bright heading into Cold War. But something happens that would change everything.
For those who don't know yet, an announcement was made by the COD League today on Twitter that next year is going to be going back to 4-on-4. We have a 5-minute.
Fuck me, bro. Getting smoked by these ads. Kind of crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. That storyline.
Build we love very much. And
it's actually crazy as fuck.
Someone.
Wait, they had to drop someone, bro. Every team had to drop someone.
Told that you have to kick a member of your family out.
Dallas Empire were now forced to drop one of their players, spelling the end to their reign of dominance.
And who was it, Clay?
A 3-time world champion at this point and veteran of the scene, was forced out, leaving Shotzzy with 1 less leader to guide him in his career. Nonetheless, Empire was still expected to be one of the best teams in the game, and still had Crimsix, the winningest player ever in the esports.
Can't get rid of
Shotzzy was expected to pick up just where he left off from the previous season. But things early on were rather different, and it was teammate Hook who instead stole the early headlines.
Hook does it time and time again. He's arguably one of the most consistent and clutch members of the franchise.
My God.
You know, throughout Major 1, we're looking at Hook and we're like, okay, is he the best player in the world right now? Like, he's absolutely destroying.
Going from 5v5 to 4 versus 4,
oh
again
my
time
God.
to adjust to his new environment. But nonetheless, Empire made it to the grand final of Major 1. But standing in their way was FaZe, hungry for revenge.
Holy fuck, MC looks like a fucking RPG right now.
As Simp.
Whose body is he shooting?
And he will drop FaZe.
FaZe did score their revenge on Empire, with Simp and Abizi both making their presence known as the best SMG duo in the game. The onus was then now on Shotzzy to return to form, and in Stage 2, he seemed to be doing exactly that.
I think Shotzzy is incredible. I think watching his POV is unlike nobody else. He's just very smooth, he's very fluid.
London now struggling to get out of their base, and Shotzi's not playing it on
slow.
Oh
my God, Haggy.
Goes over the side of the ramp, and he has taken everybody down, even from range.
Only the hard point. Hello. Oh, baby, Shotzzy going for the 3rd, son. That was disgusting.
The stage was set for some redemption against FaZe at the Major.
Fire sprinted across. The contest is here.
They'll win, right? They lose, yeah?
It's Simp with 2. It's a FaZe win. They move on.
However, what happened instead was pure disappointment. Empire failed to make the final, and to make matters worse, Hook was shockingly cut from the starting lineup. Shotzzy would now have to adapt again, this time trying to build chemistry with a new SMG duo. But in stage 3, Shotzzy seemed unfazed by this.
But now Shotzzy, he's the one who's really taking point here and just going off consistently.
He's in a mantle on top, but he is all alone. He's able to take down 2, though. He makes this interesting. 25 seconds left. He's read this. He heard it. Now it's a 1v1.
Shotzzy making the play for the ace. He was a monster map 1, but he can't do it here.
Fucking God.
Shotzzy, what a round.
As he made it clear to everyone he was back to his best, particularly showcasing his ludicrous movements.
Shotzzy over the top, the slide, and that's the movement. From Shotzzy, the little ledge boost over Cheen's head.
But Empire as a team were just not clicking with their substitute fellow, leading to a disappointing top 8 finish at the stage 3 major. Empire had no choice but to make yet another change. This time Vivid was brought in for fellow, giving Shotzzy a teammate who could potentially match his speed. But in a big surprise, Shotzi's performance dropped off with this new addition, leading to one caster calling him out.
They expect Shotzzy to be that Hall of Fame, that MVP kind of SNG player, but so far he hasn't answered the call. He's sitting on a .88, and him and Vivid, that 1-2 punch needs to be on point today.
Shotzzy, however, wasted little time in getting back on track.
10-4, make it 11-4, final player spotted, and you give him that 1-2.
This performance against Los Angeles Guerrillas paves the way for an unforgettable run at the Stage 4 major.
The fuck?
In a difficult position again. He's dealing with his movement. It's just not fun. It's not fun to deal with that.
And then Shotzzy is an MVP form. He's been getting better and better.
Scump goes prone. He slides across. It's right in front, and Shotzzy able to close out the round.
But if Shotzzy wants to taste victory again,
chat, we're almost at 6k subs, man. I appreciate all the subs and the gifts. My fucking guys, man.
Now, Shotzzy looking to play forward, but it's a BZ there. Illy last player left alive, and it's a 2-man hit. And with that, Atlanta FaZe have finally done it.
Once again, FaZe emerged victorious, taking their 3rd major of the season. And while Shotzzy was back in MVP form, Simp and BZ were still untouchable in the league at this time.
I mean, if it wasn't for Atlanta FaZe and what they were doing, I mean, he could have been the MVP of that event, honestly.
As the World Championship arrived, reigning champs Empire were relying on Shotzzy more than ever to help them to overcome FaZe.
Krim able to clean things on up, and that 20 seconds is going to be big. It's Shotzzy just not slowing down.
The MVP from last year was absolutely ludicrous.
Shotzzy staying alive, finds number 7.
Oh my God.
Finds number 8, Shotzzy trying to end the game right here.
Vid Empire survive.
Shotzzy was dominating.
This is the winners finals rematch from last year.
Simps on the flank. This is it. This is quite literally the dagger in the back of Dallas here. That kill seals it. Atlanta FaZe 3-0.
But once again, Empire was simply no match. FaZe brushed them aside in the winners finals without dropping a map. And things went from bad to worse in the losers final, with Ultra prevailing in map 5. Empire's opportunity to defend the throne was over. It was clear that Empire just didn't have the firepower to overcome FaZe, and fans knew that Shotzzy was the player to build around. But little did they know, this would be the last time that Shotzzy would represent the Dallas Empire, or any player for that matter.
So if you haven't figured out by now, we are merging with OpTic Gaming. So our parent company here, NV Gaming, is merging with OpTic Gaming.
This merger between the two mega organizations meant that players on Empire and OpTic would have to be narrowed down to a single 4-man roster. And in the end, Shotzzy wasn't going anywhere, retaining his spot on the starting lineup, as did Illy. They were joined by Scump and Dashi, formerly of OpTic Chicago.
Oh shit.
Fire SMGs. Yeah. Obviously you got Scump and Shotzzy. I don't think it gets much better than that when you're talking about you know, the likes of Simp and BZ. So
fans were more excited than ever to see how the new SMG duo of Scump and Shotzzy would play together.
Mid draws Shotzzy wins a big
This game was so good, bro.
Shotzzy's gonna stay alive.
And after a tough start to the season, OpTic were finding their groove and became
Damn.
favourites to win Major 1.
She falls as well, and it's all going to be on to Shotzzy, who goes big for the first. Can he find the second? He will.
I mean, the guy is just cracked at all times, and I love watching him play. I just want to see more Shotzzy consistently, so yeah.
Trying to clear the way right now for Texas. A few players off spawn, but Shotzzy, it feels like he cannot miss.
Oh,
he cannot miss. He cannot miss.
Holy shit.
Looking for the final one. He's knifebound, and they just dominate.
OpTic found themselves down 2-0 to none other than Atlanta FaZe themselves. And it seemed like FaZe were going to wipe the floor with everyone for yet another season. But OpTic clawed their way back into the series thanks to a Dashi masterclass in map 3. And in map 5, it was now Shotzzy's turn to step up his game and show his resilience.
He's on a tree, and there's the first blood, and that's a big one. Gonna be easy out of it. He wraps back to his squad. We're working toward this side, but it's Shotzzy making play after play.
My God.
Shotzzy! To the ace. There's the ace for Shotzzy. It's done. It's done.
I remember that, dude. That was crazy.
OpTic clipped their spot in the grand final. After going an entire year without a win, this was Shotzzy's opportunity to taste victory yet again.
Contend with a full might of phase.
Wow, that was insane.
What was that angle? The bomb doesn't get planted. Scumpy flies in. Shotzzy on the outside. Abizi the last one up, and it's Dashi.
OpTic Texas were Major 1 champions. It seemed Shotzzy finally had the superstar teammates around him to take down the elusive FaZe roster. Dashi claimed the MVP trophy, and it looked like Shotzzy was no longer the best player on his team. But what Shotzzy did the following stage reminded everyone just how good he was.
Shotzzy is the most impactful player on the map, period.
There is no weak points on OpTic right now.
Yeah, there's no weak points.
To have arguably the best AR and best SMG on one team, OpTic were once again favourites to win the major.
Shotzzy is 10-2 to kick things off with his 11. He doesn't need it. The rest
what was this, Major 2? I beat them round 1, bro. I remember this shit. Major round 1, Major 2 round 1.
Takes out Octane as well.
Oh my God.
Shotzzy with a three-piece.
But in a massive shock, the team crashed out in 6th place. With many fans wondering what caused the sudden decline, they soon got their answer. Shotzzy's long-standing teammate Illy had been suffering from a thumb injury, preventing him and therefore the team from playing at their best. Illy did attempt to play at the following event, and things seemed promising. But Illy's thumb injury returned, forcing substitute General to step in for the rest of the tournament. Ultimately, OpTic failed to make the final, and all of their momentum had been destroyed. As Illy remained on the sidelines to heal, OpTic picked up another amateur player in
Holy
for
shit.
the time being. Despite being relatively unproven, this didn't seem to hinder OpTic's performances, as they cruised to a 4-in-1 record in the qualifiers. Shotzzy, in particular, was a standout performer, leading many people to give him the title of best in the game.
Behind the whole squad! Oh my God, still alive. Just makes himself the hardest kill imaginable. Again, a little bit of help from his teammates.
There's been so many arguments who's the best player in the game at this moment in time. A lot of people will say Shotzzy.
However, all this momentum for OpTic was short-lived. OpTic crashed out of Major 3 in 6th place once again, with Prodigy's inexperience on LAN seemingly a major factor. And while Illy finally returned to the starting roster for Stage 4, the damage had already been done. Every other franchise had built chemistry and an understanding of the game that OpTic simply couldn't manage due to the constant roster drama. At the World Championship, LA Thieves showed OpTic levels, demoralizing them in a quick 3-0 fashion. From placing first at Major 1 to now crashing out of champs in 4th, OpTic's Vanguard season has gone down in history as one of the biggest what-ifs. Had Illy been fully healed for the entire season, Shotzzy may very well have flourished into the best player in the game.
I don't mean this disrespectfully, but he just fell off in the later half of the year. I mean, it's obvious. But if he wasn't as good, or if he wasn't doing as good as he was earlier in the year, it would have been hard for me to put him in the top 5, if we're being honest.
MW2 was a redemption season for not only Shotzzy, but for the entire OpTic team. But things didn't exactly get off to a great start, because in the off-season, OpTic appeared to have dropped Dashi and Illy from the roster, before changing their minds and picking them up again.
We didn't really give ourselves a fair chance. Run it back one more year and see what we can do.
Rumour has it that had Scump not changed his mind and decided to run back the team, Scump may well have retired then and there, potentially leading Shotzzy to leave OpTic for FaZe.
I definitely wanted to join FaZe because I mean, I've already talked about this, but like, Seth thinking about like retiring, and then I had no other, like we just dropped in there and ran in, so it was almost like I kind of just had no one.
It was clear though that Shotzzy was OpTic's franchise player, and with King Scump announcing that he planned to retire at the end of the season, Shotzzy was undoubtedly the heir to the throne.
13 seconds is absolute menace in towards Kitchen. It's going to be a 4th. This is absurd from Shotzzy. It's a masterclass. My goodness me, somebody get a trade.
But it wasn't just what he did in-game which gave OpTic that confidence.
Go look at Shotzzy's YouTube channel. He is
crushing.
There's no amount of money that is ever going to make me give away Shotzzy, right? Period.
Shotzzy was one of the best content creators in Call of Duty, but this success also led some people to use it against him, using the term TikToksy whenever himself and OpTic were to flounder. Unfortunately, at Major 1, OpTic did exactly that. They suffered an embarrassing top 12 finish, leading Dashy to be controversially benched for Hook. All signs pointed towards another disastrous season full of roster shuffles, as Scump decided to retire early from competitive play. And just a month later, Illy was benched for his underperformance at Major 2. In the midst of all this chaos, Shotzzy was forced into the limelight as the face of the team and the player who fans could always rely on.
The new king of this OpTic roster. I'm looking at Shotzzy to step it up though for this team as well. You know, it's big shoes to fill when you're looking at Scump and what he was able to do within his career. Also to be somewhat of a leader for these guys.
And things did get better for OpTic with the arrival of Ghosty.
I just don't know if there's like an identifiable weakness in Shotzi's game. So MVP caliber performance and player.
Could it be the break?
Oh
my God, it's all on to MC. It is all on to Celium. Abisi though ends up finding the third. It's now all on to Shotzzy. It is now all on to him.
Dude, he is in flow. Oh my God, he's in flow.
Does he have everything,
bro? This guy's everything, bro.
As OpTic made the final at Major 3. But OpTic were outclassed by
I don't know how they lost to these guys, dude.
with the entire team, including Shotzzy, having a rather rough series. Shotzzy, however, redeemed himself at the following major and had his chance to bring glory to the green wall yet again.
It's up to Shotzzy to make the play, ends up finding another. Texas begin to point. Shotzzy with another one. That could be game. That could be game. And there it is. Fly forward, Hook.
Wow, they lost again. Back-to-back finals is crazy.
That's it. It's done. He doesn't get the kills. It's over. The Thieves, they stack it up.
But LA Thieves proved too hot to handle on the day, and Shotzzy would have to wait a little longer before lifting another trophy. With 2 finals out of 2, OpTic were getting closer and closer to a championship, and fans could sense that something special was about to arrive.
Now Shotzzy from upstairs, the timing from Shotzzy. Oh, Jiminy Crickets!
But at Major 5, all this momentum vanished overnight. In a massive shock, OpTic placed top 12 at the final major of the season, raising massive concerns prior to the World Championship.
Oh shit.
10-2, but Sip finds one. His advantage, Sip finds another one. Not like this. It can't happen like this. Sip. It's a peak. It's a good fight. And the green. Whoa.
Damn.
But in the end, OpTic just couldn't build any momentum, and it was a disappointing top 6 finish to end the season. With this loss, Shotzzy in particular was catching a lot of flack from the community, especially from a certain flank co-host.
I will say this, I think he needs superstar stripped. He's not a superstar in my opinion. He's wildly inconsistent, his playstyle's inconsistent, and he does this in the most important events? No.
The problem is
he's a star, he's not a superstar.
You play bad.
The constant roster shuffling over the past 2 seasons undoubtedly affected Shotzzy's consistency to be a superstar. But with new reinforcements arriving in Pred and Kenny, it was now or never for Shotzzy to deliver a world championship to the Green Wall.
This game's amazing, man. I have nothing but good things to say about this game. I love the movement. Everything about it's got like.
But some had already written the roster off before the season began.
If OpTic Gaming keeps Dashy and Shotzzy and picks up Pred, I'll say it right now. They're never going to win anything. I'll bet my house on it. If you want Pred, Shotzzy, and Dashy all on the same team, they will literally never win. Ever.
And early on, these individuals seem to be proven right.
But I still think that this OpTic team is going to ride and die by the fact that Shotzzy needs to get back up to that quote-unquote superstar level that he had in basically like Modern Warfare 2019.
OpTic could place only 3rd at the first major of the season, and the decision to place Dashy in a more objective role raised a few concerns.
And I think Dashy was the last person on this squad who should be changing his mentality to play for wins. I think it's clear-cut it's Shotzzy. He's the one who needs to change his play style.
Shotzzy over-positions himself in a play. Like, he just, like, tries to get into spots, or he tries to do things that are just, like, out of the ordinary, that are just unnecessary.
Regardless of the opinions of some individuals, OpTic trusted their game plan, and it was slowly paying off in Stage 2.
Immediacy. OpTic need to get these players off of A. Shotzi's still the cutoff man, but no
What are
one
they
else
talking
on his
about,
team
Chad?
is repositioned. Shotzi.
As the team went undefeated online, heading into the major. This time, OpTic made it all the way to the grand finals, and standing in their way
Fuck,
was
dude,
a
this
familiar
grand final,
opponent,
man. This
Atlanta
grand final
FaZe,
haunts me,
a
bro.
team they frankly dominated head-to-head over the last
Grand
2
final
seasons.
haunts me, bro.
Problem here too for Shotzzy. There's so many players around him. Look at the mini-map. He's got to try to find this second. Now Bomb is down.
You got eyes right on Bomb. He's going to check the corner.
Oh, he didn't check it. Doesn't
Fucking
clear
shit
the
stain.
corner.
But this time with the recent upgrade of Draza, who allegedly turned down playing with OpTic to join FaZe instead, OpTic were dismantled,
cap.
and Shotzzy did not have the greatest stats of the major with only a 0.93 KD.
Superstars came away with it, Tom.
Yes.
After this event, at least, I'm thinking
Damn.
Shotzzy going down to star and Kenny up to all-star.
Shotzzy, however, bounced back immediately in the following stage, providing
got
OpTic with the slaying power to win 6 matches in the qualifiers.
Do a DNA test because there is definitely something going on there. There's also something going on the A side of the map. There's Shotzzy. Feed.
But in Major 3, Shotzzy would have his most important match of the season in the losers finals. FaZe had defeated them 5 times already throughout the season, so it was going to take a special player on the team to finally take them down.
Yeah, it feels like deja vu. We've been in these scenarios over the years.
Nah, Ant fried the fuck out of them, I'm not gonna lie. This series, Ant fucking fried them.
Shotzzy will get 2. Shotzzy will dial up a triple. And here is the trade attempt from Abizi, almost out of ammo with the reach out. Shotzzy says no, 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 not today.
The Jimmy Mack, the tier 1 PG, bro. 12 months, man. Thank you.
And that's efficiency at his goddamn finest. Shotzzy with the Renetti inside of the base. Now down to 1. Maybe going to be tied. Now it is going to be a 5v6. Shotzzy 5 in a row. Shotzzy with a cruise. Shotzzy doing it all. Shots through. Gets in damage. Stun will hit. He won't fall. Send him packing. Send him home. It's an OpTic Texas win.
In one of the best performances of the season, Shotzzy helped OpTic take down FaZe in a grueling Map 5 series, giving them immense confidence heading into the grand final.
We'll get to the Shotzzy superstar because he is indeed a superstar, Pat. You can't keep saying, Pat, you can't keep saying this, Pat. You can't.
Fans were left wondering whether Shotzzy could top this performance against FaZe, and we soon got our answer.
That's 4,200 damage for Shotzzy in 31 kills.
Cannot be stopped.
Oh shit, this was pure dope.
4 in the feed in domination on Rio.
OpTic just waiting to collect that trophy.
Chemistry and time now put.
This is pure dope.
Shotzzy was a champion once again, going winless the last 2 seasons to now claiming an MVP trophy.
Shotzzy, I need to let you know, and everyone here and around the world, that you are MVP for me.
Shotzi's persistence with this team had finally paid off.
You know, players can improve. Shotzzy improved a lot over the last couple of stages.
Is Shotzzy a superstar? Sam,
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
I agree. Pat,
I don't.
Do you think that you're a superstar? And if not, or if so, why?
I personally think that I'm the most impactful just based on like the way that I think about how the game goes.
But in a shocking turn of events, OpTic failed to carry their momentum to the next stage, losing 6 games in the qualifiers.
This stage was insane.
Shotzzy in particular had some rather rough maps.
I personally never seen a superstar go negative 27.
Things went from bad to worse for the team as OpTic finished dead last at Major 4, killing any momentum they had before COD champs. This was deja vu from 2023, from finding their momentum midway into the season to bombing out
bro,
towards
no
the end.
fans, dude.
OpTic's
No
dreams
fans,
of winning
bro.
a second world championship in COD always seemed to be crushed. Once again, it was going to take a superstar caliber player to end the 7-year drought.
What would it mean to you to bring home the second ring for OpTic?
Yeah, I just want to win it for the Green Wall just because like they obviously show so much support. They're always there just going crazy.
OpTic are starting to work on forward. Got a challenger to see if we'll see you later. Lovely stat line leading into the map, but he's going to be the first one to be picked. Shotzzy snapping back, give him another.
Stabilize on the left side of the map, looking for B2.
Oh, and Shotzzy starting to get activated.
This game was actually fun.
3 in a row. Great prediction on to Sid with that Semtex, and he's also
Actually had
gonna
fun
find
playing this
that
game.
kill. You heard the death touch on that. Shotzzy has to be an X factor, and right now Op sneak through the B side of the map, and maybe a chance to get a couple of extra kills and create space.
Actually had fun playing this game.
You Heard the death touch on it. Shotzzy has to be an X factor, and right now Op sneak through the B side of the map, and maybe a chance to get a couple extra kills and create space for the rest of the OpTic team. Towards B, and Shotzzy finds another double. And this is what Shotzzy does, man, just playing for him, but the timing is even better. Cruise missile now. Oh, shots even better. 28 and 9, we're getting on A. 1v2, just down to Sim. The green wall can feel it, and the green wall are gonna have a chance.
Shotzzy was once again in the finals of the World Championship.
I actually miss
but
playing
this
in
time
front of a crowd,
he was not
bro. It's
participating
so
from his bedroom. The stakes were much higher, and the pressure from the green
that shit
wall
was
had
lit,
reached
bro.
its limit.
This is all about the timing. Quiet door, free first blood, and bomb down. Oh, and he spots the next. We get a recovery. But there is absolute madness, pandemonium, across Invasion.
Oh my god.
And it's another round. It's starting to happen.
Oh my god, this kid's a dog.
Shotzzy was a two-time world champion in Call of Duty, and OpTic were world champions for the second time.
Your MVP of the 2024 championship is Shotzzy!
But his legacy goes far beyond just accolades and prize money, because Shotzzy well and truly changed the way Call of Duty is played today. From the moment that he stepped up into the league until now, Shotzzy has blown our minds on multiple occasions.
Wow,
The trusted
we
heir
have
to
no
Scump's
fucking
throne
biceps
delivered
right
at
there.
last.
How do you want Shotzi's legacy to look when it's all said and done at the end?
Just try to figure the game outside the, and I'd say just a person just trying to have fun playing video games, and it's not all about just winning all the time.
Nice. Nice video, man. What a beautiful video, dude.